ಜೂಮ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಕಂಡು ಜೂಮ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಷ್ಟು ಈಗ ಓಕೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬೋರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ
Hello, 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 hello. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, 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 hello. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಹಲೋ
ಸ್ಲೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ
ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆದರೂ
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್ ತಮ್ಮನೇಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ
ಇದು ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮೈಕ್
ಝೂಮ್ ಇನ್ ಬೇಡ ಲೈವ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್
ವಾಯ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮೈಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸೌಂಡ್
ಆಡಿಬಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೈಕ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬೆಟರ್. ಇದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ರೆ ಕಾಣಿಸಲ್ಲ. ಮೈಕ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮೈಕ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇದಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ. ಹಾಂ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ. ಹಂಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ತಾನೇ ಅವತ್ತು? ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮೈಕ್ ಆದರೂ ಇದೆನಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೈಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾದ್ರು ಮೈಕ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಡನ್. ಇದು ಪೆನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಇದು ಎಂಟಿ ಶೀಟ್ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇದಾ ನೋಟ್ ಎಂಟಿ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಾ? ಎಂಟಿ ಶೀಟ್ ಇದಾ? ಇದು ಎಂಟಿ ಶೀಟು. ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು? ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಓಕೆ. ಇದು ಇದಲ್ವಾ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರೋಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇದಿರಲಿ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ. ಡನ್. Good afternoon. How are you all? Welcome to UPSC Essay Clinic. How did you get to know about this? Okay, this would be a more of interactive class. Essay is all about thinking, writing, analyzing things. So it should be more of an interactive class. You're right, you're wrong, doesn't matter, but you should speak up. Okay? Done? No noise. My single voice is louder than combined all these voices. Let's start. No energy. Your energy should give me energy to do it more proactively, right? Okay. Essay. How important is essay? How many of you are writing mains this year? And okay. Then we can go a little slow. Fine, it's okay. Okay. How many of you know how important essay is? Only 2 of you know how important essay is. What marks does essay carry? 250 marks. How many essays should you write? 2 essays. How many essays does UPSC give? So section A, 4 essays. Section B, 4 essays. Out of 4, you have to choose 1 and 1. So you have to write 2 essays. What is the time period? 3 hours. So each essay is for how much time? 1.5 hours. Okay, how much does the topper score in essay? Essay topper as such. 130, 130 to 140. Sometime in 2017, even it was 170. Okay. Then how much does the minimum marks in essay? 70. Okay. Maybe something even lesser than that. 65, 70. Even like students who score very high in GS also tend to score 65, 70 in essay. What happens if you score very good in GS and score 65, 70 in essay? Your name is gone out of the list. So that is how important an essay is. An essay is either a maker or a breaker. We'll talk in these terminologies only so that these terminologies get repeatedly heard and we will use that same thing in essay. Okay? How many of you are from Kannada medium here? Okay. What is most, is handwriting important in an essay? Legible. And a bit of importance is also for the handwriting. The handwriting should be legible and neatly presented. Then does speed matter here? How many pages will you get? Okay, it was 12 pages until 2024. What happened to our surprise in 2025? 14 pages. So how many pages should we write? Now, how many words should you write in an essay? 1200. Like on an average, 1200 words. So should we write 14 pages or should we write 12 pages? So for max, you should write is 12 pages, not more than 100. Okay, it is 1200 words essay. When we increase the quantity, it is difficult to maintain the quality. What is more important, quantity or quality? Quality along with quantity, because I have to write for 10 to 12 pages. Okay, so both are important here. So we are writing 12 pages, max 13 pages. That's all, not complete 14 pages. Okay, and you are writing 2 essays. Now, what is an essay? Detailed description of an event. Good. And short piece of. It's okay. Short piece of. What is an essay? When you understand what is an essay, then we can write what actually essay is. Elaborate explanation. You told? What did you tell? Description. Elaborated. Okay. Is my handwriting legible? I don't know on the board. It is legible on the paper. Elaborated explanation. This explanation. And then, what did you tell? Description. Detailed description. Any more definition? Any more definition? What an essay is? Narration of ideas. Okay. Now I will tell you what an essay is according to me. Okay, I have made a definition of essay based upon all the experiences I have. Essay is reflective, analytical. This is what an UPSC essay is. Essay by descriptive illustrations and narrative elements. I'm sure most of you wouldn't have understood this. What is this? An essay must have all the components. Okay. If you just describe things, it is incomplete. If you just analyze things, it is incomplete. If you just narrate things, still it is incomplete. What is a good essay? A good essay must have 1, 2, 3, and 4 components. Right? It should have reflection, analysis, description, narration. Okay, these all 4 things make a good essay. Now, what is description? How do you describe anything? Okay, this is the orientation class. Okay, what is a description? You know how you should understand description? For example, you hold a camera. Okay, everyone imagine that you are holding a camera with you. Now you hear a word, happiness. Well, most of the things will revolve around UPSCSS. Okay. You hold a camera and you hear the word happiness. What are the things you capture? Smile, and then something more. Okay, getting rank, that is fulfilling expectations. Celebrations and flower blossom and peaceful nature. Okay, and a farmer harvesting. And then think like this. Children playing. And then, okay, this is what is description. You understand? There is no analysis. There is no philosophy. There is nothing. You are just describing the events. You are just holding the camera and trying to click the picture. This component you write in essay is description. And around 20% of your essay must be description. Understanding? Okay, then what is narration? Second element, narrative elements. What is narrative elements? Narration is nothing but storytelling. Okay, how do you use narrative elements in an essay? Especially in introduction. Okay, I'll give you a word, courage. Think of any story which comes to your mind from history. Louder, please. Subhash Chandra Bose. So when you narrate Subhash Chandra Bose event, that component is narrative elements. For understanding, narrative elements comes mainly in introduction, where you narrate things. Courage in history, he told Subhash Chandra Bose. I think of Rani Lakshmi. Okay, then okay, politics. Some names for courage. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. When you narrate an incident from an Atal Bihari Vajpayee's life, that becomes narrative element. Understand? This component must also be around 20% in your essay. Understanding? This is a different approach, like how you think to write an essay. We'll start from very basic and we'll build very advanced level of essays. Then, what is reflective analysis? What is analysis? Very good. This component is going into depth of an essay. What happens when we think of an essay? Almost all, I feel everyone know what is an essay. Okay, should it be only in English or should it be bilingual? Okay in English? Okay. So, we think about various width, okay. Width means political dimension, economic dimension, sociological dimension. This is all dimensions or examples which come under illustrations. But what comes under analysis is depth of the essay. That depth is when you ask the question, why? here we can bring in concepts like philosophy. We can bring in concepts like psychology, and we can bring in concepts like literature. So these different things will add to the analysis or the depth of an essay. When in an essay, if there is analysis, description, narration, illustrations, and reflection is your wisdom, which directly comes in the conclusion, that completes an essay. You're understanding? So this is what UPSC essay is. You have to have all the different elements. Then it is a sense of completion there. Okay, this is all what we discussed. 1200 word essay. If we divide 10%, 10, 80, 10 rule. 10% of our content should be introduction. 80% of our content should be body, and 10% should be conclusion. Okay. Introduction, there are various ways of writing introduction. For each, now this is just a orientation, right? For each class, we will write how to write different things. Then body, which are body is nothing but the arguments, and vision and closure is your conclusion. This is how a essay looks like. Now, what is most important thing while writing an essay? Is writing most important? No, not at all. You know, essay is more of a how you think rather than how you write. When you think properly, you automatically write properly. We get 1.5 hours for one single essay. And how do we divide time? At least 10 to 15 minutes of your time should be brainstorming. Okay. There is one new element we are adding here. There is something called as brainstorming, which we used to do. But now what we learn in further classes is what is structured brainstorming. Okay. When you brainstorm, usually we think about width of the essay. That is what our normal pestle approach, political, economic, social. So this width of the essay can be done through 5 different approaches. Okay, this is one of the approaches. Pestle approach is just one approach. And then other approach includes individual, family, society, community, national, international. So like this, we have 5 to 6 different types of approaches through which we can get this width of the essay. And the next is depth of this. This is what many people miss. And this is what differentiates an essay from 95 to 110. Then there is something which differentiates 110 to 130 also. Now this is 95 marks. If we add all these components, it is 110. What is all this depth? Philosophy, literature, constitutional values, history, stories, and quotes. So no need of adding all the things. Matlab, depending upon the topic, we should select what we can add. Understanding? So this is depth of the essay. These are the 2 important things you should understand before start writing a single word on the paper. First, see the essay. After looking the essay, then decode the topic. What is decoding of the topic? Understand what the topic wants to tell. We'll learn how to decode the topic. Every essay, you know how many themes UPSC does repeatedly ask? For philosophical essay, there are 8 themes around which UPSC asks questions. And non-philosophical essays, there are again around 6 to 7 themes. Usually, UPSC asks questions from the same theme. Did you see the brochure? Did you see the pamphlet? Oh, okay. Should I write or if I tell it's okay, right? Okay. This was the theme. Happiness, life, and human condition. No need of writing. Just listen. Today, no writing. From next class, everything you will be writing. Okay? Happiness, life, and human condition. What the UPSC focuses here is what is happiness, what is the meaning of life, what is contentment, what is simplicity, how simplicity will bring happiness, and what is the journey of life. So, for that whole content, this whole thing, if you know width and depth, can you write the essay? Now we know what is the focus area of UPSC. Now, based on this single topic, from 2018 to 2025, 6 essays have come. You understand? Like, if we prepare that way, depending upon the theme wise, these 6 questions we could have easily written an essay. For example, 2024, there was a question, there is a no path to happiness, happiness is the path. Did the focus of the theme, did we discuss related to this topic? If we had prepared width and depth, we could easily write the essay. This we can easily generate in the exam hall itself. But if we prepare philosophy, literature, and psychology as such related to happiness, does our UPSC essay look more rich? Then, even in 2020, there was a question, life is a long journey between being human being and being humane. This again defines under our theme topic. And then 2018, a good life is one inspired by love, guided by knowledge. Again, life, good life. So same theme, but different topics, in different words. This theme is same. There are 8 different themes, but keywords are being changed. Then once a essay comes, you have to first identify what is the theme. After that, identify what is the central message of the essay. Okay, if for example, there was a UPSC PYQ. Okay, this you can write. Technology is a, what was the UPSC PYQ for essay? Technology is a, okay, any UPSC PYQ remember? Technology is a good servant but a dangerous master. Technology is a good servant but a dangerous master. What is the theme here? Related to science and technology. So that will be one theme which we will prepare. Now what are the keywords here? Technology, master, servant. These are the keywords. What we have to do? Okay, I'll just tell what we are going to do in the ahead classes. Each keyword, first we have to write the synonyms, so that we don't repeat the same synonyms every time we write an essay. Then we write the opposites of the words, so that when we counter view arguments, we can use the words from them. This is that second step what we are doing. First, understand the theme. Then write the keywords, synonyms, and opposites. And then central message. What is the central message there? Pros and cons of technology. And what is the message he is trying to give? What is the message? What you see, one thing is literal meaning, that you should use it properly. What is the message behind that? How it will impact real life. And then why is UPSC trying to do that topic? Positives and negatives. So what should be we doing it? Think about future. What should we do for the future? Limit or control. So this is that central message what UPSC is trying to analyze from us. So everything should be under our control. When we do multiple topics, we will ourselves be able to identify the central message. Now you know the topic, keywords, central message, conflict. There is always a conflict hidden within the UPSC essay. You have to identify what the conflict is. Here the conflict is human control. What happens if we don't control? When you understand this, then that is decoding of the topic. The first step after seeing any essay is decoding of the topic. Identify what theme it is, identify the keywords, what is the central message, identify the conflict associated with this. Every essay has a conflict associated with this. And that will again give the depth of the essay. Understand? Then structure, intro, body, everything. What is good essay? All the four. That is just decoding of the topic. Okay, once you decode of this topic, then you brainstorm. Why people who are getting so good marks in GS are not getting good marks in an essay? Arrangement of ideas and transition between the paragraphs or transition between the ideas. This is what happens, you know. You have multiple ideas, but you are not able to link them. You just give them the facts, just like GS answer. Then there is no flow. But when you arrange them properly with clear progression from intro to conclusion, that becomes it should be like a how the river flows. And you're not writing this thing, be very careful. You're not writing multiple dimensions in an essay. You are writing multiple ideas in an essay. Okay, when you write polity, economy, sociology, it is not right politically, socially, economically. What ideas you are writing within the polity, that should be your concentration. Then ideas will automatically flow. It is transition of ideas from one paragraph to another paragraph, not dimensions. Then you will have a structured flow. Okay, this is UPSC syllabus, right? Everyone have seen this UPSC syllabus. What is logical arrangement? What is logical arrangement? You brainstorm so many things. Then you have to identify what is the first thing I am writing, what is the next thing I am writing, what is the next thing I am writing. This should be done before writing a single word on paper. When you brainstorm, take some time, take some 2 to 3 minutes, and try to beforehand itself identify what ideas will be writing first, then second, then third, or what will be on which page number. That will be more better. For example, if I have to write 6 ideas, my intro will be on page 1, idea will be on page 2, page 3. Idea 2 will be on page 3, page 4. So when you number those ideas, then no need of getting stuck. Otherwise, when we keep writing, after writing 5 pages, we'll be stuck, right? What to write next? Instead of doing that, when you brainstorm, you write page numbers there. This idea, second page. This idea, third page. So at that time, from page number 1 till page number 12, you will have the content ready. Then we learned description, narration, analysis, illustration. Each idea, to description, narration, analysis, reflection. Then that idea will be completed. Continuity and flow, very important. Relevance, this is very important. When you decode topic, you should also decode what you should not write. For example, we decoded for technology, right? But you should not write, we cannot write evolution of computers. Then it is negative. You should always be very careful about your negative boundaries. What is not relevant, what not to write. Then this is important. Concise, coherent, and powerful language. This is structural models. Okay, this is what I was telling. If you have page until 12, when you make the ideas, page 1 will be your introduction plus thesis. We'll study in detail what is introduction, what is thesis, when we do essay classes properly from day 1. Okay, this is class 0, where we are just trying to understand what we are doing. And then page 2 to 6 will be arguments. Page 7 to 10 will be challenges and opportunities. 11 will be future vision. 12 will be conclusion. So when you brainstorm, just do that. Then you start writing essay. Okay. Now what are we going to do in this program? Okay, this is in brief about essay, like what is an essay, what is width, depth, everything. Here we will be taking themes. Okay, each theme, all the width and the depth will be given to you the day before. We will be creating a WhatsApp group, so you will be getting the content, which we will discuss in the class also. For example, psychology, philosophy, everything, all the contents will be given. Next day, first class essay, we'll just learn not introduction, not conclusion, paragraph writing. If an idea comes to in your mind, how to write a paragraph on it. You know what is peel approach? What is peel approach? No? What is peel approach? This color is fine. What is peel approach? Point, evidence, explanation, link. This is one approach how you generate a paragraph. You have an idea. Okay, this is, you can check any topper's copy. Those who scored very good marks, you'll have this in their paragraph. Okay, you have to prove a point, to write that point, and then second thing should be explain what you want to tell in 2 to 3 lines, and then give evidences, examples for that. Then link it to the main topic and the next idea you are writing. You will understand this better when we do the exercises. Okay, when you write a paragraph, for example, you are writing, tell me any proverb, any proverb, any proverb. It takes to raise a ethical child. Okay. It takes a village to raise ethical child. This we can write the whole essay itself. Okay, tell me any keyword from that we can generate one paragraph. Any word. Collective responsibility. Which one? Anything. Anyone, success or collective responsibility. Let's take success. Okay. Now you want to prove a point for success. What is most important thing for success? Determination. Okay. Now you want to prove this point. You have to write determination, consistent determination will result in success. This is the point. Now you have to explain. How do you explain it? 2 to 3 sentences, analyze it. What you can tell? Any 2 sentences based on this sentence. Consistent determination results in success. Because determination results in anything. Determination gives us the motivation of continuously working hard. And then any one more sentence? It enables us to face obstacles by increasing our self-confidence. Okay, this is analysis. Now you have written three things. You wrote a point, you are explaining it. Then give evidences. Tell me any examples how this worked. Gandhiji, in the sense? Determination in Gandhiji to face all the obstacles and enabling the freedom movement or keeping the freedom movement alive until we get independence. Any one more example? Thomas Alva Edison, even after repeated failure, because of grit determination, was able to make miracles in the scientific world. This is evidence. Then link it to the main topic. Link, like, yes, you are writing an essay on success. So this shows us that determination is one of the important reasons for attaining success. You understand how we wrote a whole paragraph? There was one word. We got one point, write a point, then explain that point. That will result in engaging, having a conversation with the examiner. Then write evidences. Then give a link. This is one such approach of writing paragraph. So we have different approaches how to write a paragraph. So this is what we will do in first class. We'll just try to write paragraph. Different approaches how we write paragraph. Second day, we will be doing this decoding of topics of UPSC. We have different themes. So under that themes, how we are decoding the topic, how we are linking keywords, conflict and central message, that exercise. and introductions. Different types of introduction. This will be our second class. And in third class, we will be trying to write the structure of an essay. How do you maintain structure of an essay? How do you maintain flow in an essay? By using. So, okay, there are two different ways how you can maintain flow in an essay. One is implicit way, the other explicit way. What she told, that is usage of linking words. Linkage words is explicit way. You see editorials, right? You read editorials. When you read editorials, you find how they beautifully use linking words to have transformation from one paragraph to another paragraph. So this will be half a session of our class to use how different linkage words in different paragraphs. There are 4 different type of linkage words which we use. And then implicit is deeper. That is, without using the linkage words, how do you transit ideas? We'll learn how to do this also. Okay. That class will learn how to go through the flow of an essay. Then we will do thematic essay writing of each topic. One day, some 3 essays maybe. We'll just brainstorm. You can write it. Understanding? This is like a different approach of writing essay with width and depth. Introduction, paragraph, from single sentence, how do you write paragraph? Then how do you link this paragraph to the main topic as well as to the next paragraph? So there are different methods, different models, like one we just saw Spiel model, right? So we have different models, diamond drill, etc., etc. So using those, when we have the content, we can easily write an essay. Understanding? This way, we will be doing all the essay topics for both philosophical and non-philosophical. This was the plan. Okay, how do you enhance depth drill? What is depth drill? You know what is why? How do you generate analysis of any topic? Through why questions. Okay, there is one sentence I'll tell. Education creates freedom. Now you want to write a paragraph related to this. You want to analyze and write depth. So for each answer you are getting, ask why. Education creates freedom. Why? It's an interactive class. Education gives financial. Education creates freedom. Why is education creating freedom? It creates awareness. Why is it creating awareness? Huh? Because of knowledge or analytical ability we get through it. What happens, or why does knowledge helps in our civilization? It tells us about our rights and it will help us to question. Why will education help us to give questions? It will help us to understand about the resources. So this is how, like, why approach. When you don't know how to analyze a thing, just ask why questions. Why? You'll get 5 to 6 dimensions. Those are 5 to 6 analysis. And out of which, whatever is suitable for the essay, write 3 to 4 in the essay. You're understanding? We are not focusing on the width of the essay. We are focusing on the depth of the essay. So there are very numerous frameworks through which you can understand depth of an essay. Now I will tell you one essay which now I got 125 marks in essay. Okay, my essay topic was truth knows no color. Now truth is a theme which UPSC asks repeatedly. Everyone know, like, truth repeatedly comes. What happened? I wrote an introduction, some anecdote, and my main body started with what is truth. Okay, what is truth? Maybe some of you know, like I've told, I guess. Truth. So, how did truth evolve? What is empirical truth? What is rational truth? What is modern truth? What is postmodern truth? What was empirical truth? It is Empirical truth is maybe whatever we see, whatever our sense organs perceive is empirical truth. For example, you touch a fire, what happens? You get burned. So your sensation feels like truth is that. Truth knows no color, irrespective of caste, religion, anything. That is the truth we perceive. So that was empirical truth. Then what evolved was rational truth. Rational truth is whatever is evidence-based truth. That is, sun revolves around the earth and earth revolves around the sun controversies, which we keep reading. Then what happened was, what comes next is modern truth. What is modern truth? Modern truth is whoever is in power dictates what is truth. Whatever politicians tell, whatever the king tells is truth, and that has no color. Then comes postmodern truth. What is postmodern truth? Postmodern truth is whatever social media tells is truth. If social media projects me as a good person, I am a good person. If social media projects me as a bad person, no matter what I feel, I am a bad person. No matter what truth is. So, truth is what social media is perceiving, and that has no colors. Gen Z truth. Okay. You understand? Then, this is how evolution of truth comes. And then there is Western philosophers and Eastern philosophers. Eastern philosopher truth we all know, Anekantavada. Western philosopher truth is what Kant's phenomenon and nomenon. There is a different concept. So this was what I wrote in actual exam. How the evolution of truth occurs and how did it link to the subject topic. So this was 1 to 1.5 page. And then this covered all the depth things, whatever I wanted to cover. And then normal pestle approach or multidimensional approach, whatever we do, that different things. And then conclusion. What one more thing you should do is, each paragraph must comprise of 3 types of sentences. Simple, compound, complex. We studied this in our school days, right? Simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence. But yeah, when you consciously write a sentence in complex sentence, that gives a different, what to say, for the examiner to see. That will automatically enhance the language of your answer. That like language is also important for essay. Not like Oxford level of language, but at least a good level of administrator level of language. So this exercise also we will do. How we'll write each paragraph. That first day will be just paragraph writing. A topic, paragraph of 100 words. Essay is nothing but idea, idea, idea. Each idea you're writing in 100 words. So you're writing some 6 ideas, introduction, conclusion, thesis, and way forward. Arrange this properly. That is an essay. So first thing will be paragraph writing, next introduction, and then next class will be brainstorming and selection of how to select. Everything is in a systematic approach way. For example, the spiel approach we have done, no, everything it is like that. So that you can do it easily. Done? This approach you understood? It looks a little difficult, but when you actually do it on paper, it is easy. You can replicate them in exam halls. This is like what orientation was all about. Then you will be getting anecdotes, all from topper copies, some 25 to 30 anecdotes, and then you will be getting topper vocabulary. That is, for example, say can be written as posits, advocates. For example, whenever you are quoting Gandhiji said, instead of that you can write Gandhiji advocated. So these are some 35 keywords which we repeatedly use in essay. For example, describes, we repeatedly use, enriches, repeatedly we use. So such synonyms, that sheet also you will be getting. Anecdotes, keywords, and you will be getting idioms. You know what are idioms, metaphors. So what we can actually use in essay paper. Okay, and then each theme wise content, and you will also be getting GS linkage mapping. For example, GS1 history. What are the things you can write in an essay? that sheet. GS2, what are the things you can write in essay? So this much will be provided in this course. Along with all theme essay will be writing here. With transition, with flow. This is done. Any doubts? Hmm. Hmm. I don't think so. UPSC is expecting us to write more. See, UPSC explicitly tells us write in 1200 words, write within 1200 words. So that depends on the size of the font you are writing, how many pages you are writing, not on the number of pages, but not more than 12 to 13 pages. And this rule of one also you should be following, that not more than one quote, not more than usage of one scheme, not more than usage of one book, so that it doesn't look like content dumping. It should be more of an analytical thing. This is how an essay is built. It should be more of an analysis, and content, okay, like it should be sufficient, that's all. Any other doubts? Yeah, you have to underline. That we'll learn while writing an essay. How to improve the presentation of an essay. That time you have to underline the keywords. That depends on your font. It's like you write around 10 to 12 pages, that's enough. Not something more than that. Around 5 to 6 classes. 5 to 6. 2 hours classes, 5 to 6 classes. Does this look a little difficult? When you do it on paper, when you write it yourself, you go take any topic, do with peel approach, write 10 paragraphs. Then 11th paragraph, you will write it so beautifully. It's just through practice you get it more better. And everything as a framework like this, it will make your journey even more easier. Doubts? Done? Thank you. ఆఫ్ అవుతా ఇక్కడ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪವನ್ ಯಾರು ಪವನ್ ಪವನ್ ಯಾರು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅವಾಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದು ನನಗೇನೋ ಚಲೋ ಆಯ್ತು ಅನಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಡೆಲಿವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅನಿಸ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಓಕೆ ಡನ್ Bye bye. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I forgot. They asked me also to ask people to wait. I forgot. ಹಿಂಗಾಯ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಭಯ ಇರೋದು ಓಕೆ ಭಯ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಬಂದ್ರೂ ಅದು ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆನ್ ಇತ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಎಸೆ ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಲಿಂಕೇಜಸ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡೀಪಾಗಿ ಹೋಗೋದು ಮಾಡಲ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗಿನ ಮಾಡಲ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನೋ ಕಲರ್. ಇವಾಗೇನೈತಿ ಈಗೇನೈತಿ
ಈ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. How many of you written mains before? I forgot your name. Vishaka. How many of you have written essay before? Did you write the same way? How did you write essay? Introduction, body, conclusion. Huh? Which essay was it? Education. How different is this from that? Almost the same. Oh, okay. These are all structural models which we can do when we actually write an essay. When we write an essay, it becomes better to explain you also like how to write an essay. Without writing an essay, it's difficult for me to explain, for you to understand. What is the type of essay you write? Whether it is descriptive, narrative, analytical, what it is? But when you know, like you are describing something, you are narrating something, when you are doing analysis of a topic, you write a better essay. You give a better thought about it. For example, when you write introduction, how should it be? It should be more of a narration. That will make examiner think about it. That will be like hook and content. But what happens when you write thesis? How should it be? What is thesis? You know, no? After introduction, we write thesis. How should it be? It should be more of a description. Like what features, ESL ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಬರೀತೀವಿ. Then when you're writing dimension, it should be that PEEL approach, PEEL. What point, then explain, then give evidence, then link it. Then next paragraph, same thing. Then write conclusion with reflection and analysis. When you write in this way, it becomes very, very easy to write a paragraph. See, I'll tell you one more theme. Knowledge, science and rationality. This is a theme UPSC continuously asks. Knowledge, science, rationality. What we have to prepare for this? What is knowledge? What is rationality? Some philosophy related to this, some literature related to this, some psychology related to this. And you prepare. Now you have the content. Now what is the question? 2024 it was, doubter is a true man of science. What it is related to? Curiosity. The theme here is curiosity. Doubter is a true man of science. And then 2021 there was a question, what is research but a blind date with knowledge? Again, what is the theme? Curiosity. Curiosity, science, like questioning, logic. This is the theme on which we are writing an essay. Okay, then 2021, okay, 23 there was a question. Visionary decision making happens at the intersection of intuition and logic. Again, logic, science, rationality. So when you know the theme, these themes are getting repeatedly asked. Now we have a set of anecdotes prepared for these themes. Each theme will have 2 to 3 anecdotes prepared. Now we go to exam hall. These 2 to 3 anecdotes are already prepared. We can write it easily. Then dimensions. We have already prepared dimension based on themes. Now it becomes easy for us to write. Now when we know dimensions, we are studying through Peel approach itself. Now here in class, we'll study it through Peel approach only. Point. What is the explanation we are giving, evidence, and how we are linking to the topic. Now, no matter any essay comes from this topic, can we write easily with standard content? That is how we should make our essays easier when we study in this way. Then I'll tell you one more theme. Easy one. Okay. Environment. Now let's talk about some non-philosophical theme. Environment and sustainability. This is a theme. Question was, forest are best case studies for economic excellence. So we studied about climate change. Main theme around forest or ecology will be sustainability. So according to that theme, we would have prepared our content. What was the question in 2024? Forest precedes civilization and deserts after them. Can we prepare? Can we write? Because theme is sustainability. So what I feel is, everyone tells, no, GS way we prepare, then go and write. Essay is also similarly. There are themes. We have to prepare on that content. That preparation will be 1 or 2 pages. That's all. We have to like understand the topic, prepare. And when we go in the exam hall, if we know how to write paragraph and everything, we can write. That way our essay will be easier in exam hall. Now I think like you're getting what I was trying to say. They'll come. Wait, maybe they have an announcement related to enhance RRR series for mains, where there will be daily answer rating. In the morning, from 6:30 they'll be giving you question paper. 7 to 8 they'll be giving keywords on that topic, not content. Okay, those will be keywords on the content, and that will be a Zoom session. 5 to 6 you will be writing answers. This is for GS, and evaluation will be done, and that paper will be given to you. Like every day you'll be writing 5 answers. So by this by next 3 months you will be done with your GS syllabus if you do that way. That is that series which Fly Excellence is planning, or it is already on the way. So if anyone is interested, like you can take that, so that your daily answer writing under observation will be completed. And anyone here Kannada literature? The Excellence has also started Kannada literature mentorship. Even you can enroll that. Sir, Sagar ಇರ್ತಾರ ಬರ್ತಿದಾರಾ? ಕಾಲ್ ಅವ್ರು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರು. Any other doubts in main preparation? How many of you prepared foundation course? Everyone. How many of you are under foundation course? Okay. Under foundation course. ಮುಗಿದಲ್ವಾ? Okay. So if you are done with your foundation course, ಇವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? You know what? Your ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ದು ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ all of you are writing mains. ಏನ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಅವರು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಬರೀತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಬರೀತೀರಾ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. So your preparation should be such that you are writing mains this year. ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟು ರಿಗರಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ರಿಗರಸ್ ಆಗಿ GS, ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್, ಎಸ್ಎ, ಎಥಿಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ದು 1 round of means preparation will be done. ಅವರು 21st ಗಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮು. 21st ಅವ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು 2 ಪೇಪರ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ 22nd ನೀವು ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದೇ ಪೇಪರ್ ಫುಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಅದೇ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಅವಾಗ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ 1 round of means preparation will be done. And ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ಉಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್, ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್, ನವೆಂಬರ್, ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್. ಜಾನಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್, ಆ 3 months ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ ನಾವು ಓದ್ಬೇಕಂತ 1 round of ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್. ಈಚ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್. ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ, ಫಾರ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ. Write with that strategy. And your mains preparation will help you in prelims also next year. So all the best. Sagar.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon everyone. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Vasangoda. So I am the Center and Director of Law Excellence IAS Academy, Bangalore branch. Okay, so I hope you are you got benefit from the session. Okay, from madam. So for mains we have the enhanced mains RRP test series. So I'm just here to explain what is there in this test series. Okay, enhanced mains. How many of you are writing mains this year? One. Okay, so remaining one.
Literature. ಅದೇ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲೈಸ್ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅವ್ರು ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸು. ಹೌದು, ನಿಜ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫುಲ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋ ಗೀತಾ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬೆಲ್ಲ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸು, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಫುಲ್ ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಾ. ಮೈಕ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
And second one is, so daily morning 7 to 8. Okay, so daily morning 7 to 8 there will be discussion on 5 questions. So there will be Zoom session. So you will be given 5 questions before the day. Okay, so if today morning 7 to 8 the discussion has to happen, then the previous day evening you will get the questions. Okay, so I will show you that sample also. Okay, so this is a question that is given. So 7 to 8 what will happen is there will be Zoom session. You will be given these questions prior hand. So in the Zoom session what we will do, what the faculty will do is they will give you 3 minutes time to each question. So they will when the session will start, first question, evaluate India's progress towards universal health coverage and the structural reforms it demands. Okay, so 3 minutes will be given for you to brainstorm on this question. So what introduction you can bring, how you can structure this answer, what points you can bring. Okay, so all of these you have to brainstorm in 3 minutes, and then the faculty will start the discussion. So they will try to, they will make you to recollect the keywords related to universal health coverage, what impactful lines you can write in the introduction, what points you can bring, how you are going to structure. So each of this will be discussed by the faculty. So that will enable you to recollect whatever you have studied already, and it will also help you to grab some value addition content from the faculties. So the faculties themselves will be involved in the discussion. So this way you are going to discuss 5 questions in the morning 7 to 8 Zoom session. Okay, so this is the second one. So now the third feature what you are going to do is every day evening you are going to write answers to 5 questions. Okay, so these 5 questions are different from what you have already brainstormed in the morning session, but the topic is same. Okay, that day's topic, whatever it is there on the same topic, you will get 5 questions. Okay, you will come here and write the answers for those 5 questions, and for those answers, the feedback will be given by the toppers. Okay, so you will sit with them, you will get the feedback from the toppers themselves. So this will happen on everyday basis. Then after completion of each GS, you will be writing full length test. Okay, and for this full length test also, evaluation and mentorship will be given by the toppers. Okay, and for that synopsis or the answer explanation will also be provided to you. After this evaluation and test, you will get a feedback session. So we will schedule a 30 to 40 minutes of feedback session, so that each individually, it is not group, it is individually, you will sit with the toppers. Okay, they will take your copy, they will analyze what is your strength, what is your weakness, okay, how you have done in the test, what improvements you should do. Those suggestions you will get personally from the toppers itself. It's a one-to-one feedback session will be there. Okay, so this is the entire system for this mains year, for this year mains, test series and mentorship. Okay, I hope I am clear with regard to it. Okay, suppose if somebody is, see, either you can take La Excellence mains, test series and mentorship, or if somebody has already taken the test series outside, but still if you want to take the feedback from the toppers, that also is there, combination is also there. Okay, so the choice is yours. Okay, thank you very much, Sagar. Shiksha is different. Okay, I will tell you about that also. So this is for mains writing candidates. Okay, for this year also and for next year also, 2027 is, I want to do a rigorous answer writing practice for next year mains. I want to interact with the toppers because they will be available here still August mid, I think. Okay, so if you want to get that benefit, you can go with this. Or if somebody is interested to join for a year-long mentorship, so this will be integration of both the prelims and mains. So this is the schedule for your this mains test series. Okay, so this is Shiksha. So same like I told you, value addition content, whatever I told on daily basis, that is also will be given in your Shiksha program. Okay, that is also there, and daily PYQ question will be given. You will write the answer and you will share it. Okay, so you can share it through the Telegram or whatever that will go. You can share that. That will be evaluated and that will be given to you. So then after this so every week what will happen is every Wednesday and Saturday you will come here and you will write the answers as a part of Shiksha. Okay, so for the next 5 months, it is a rigorous answer writing practice. Prelims will also be there, it is integrated, but for the 5 months, majorly we are going to concentrate on the mains. So every Wednesday and the Saturday, you will come here and you will write questions you will write answers for 5 questions. Okay, so that will be evaluated and the feedback will also be given. And every Sunday, you will have a sectional test. Okay, so whatever the GS 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever we are going to divide, you will write 125 marks mains test and 50 questions prelims test. Okay, every Sunday. So this will happen in Shiksha. So in total, you are going to write 41 mains test with essay and GS, and 8 prelims sectionals, but 16 simulators. So we have kept more simulators so that you will get an advantage to gauge where is your weakness area, where is your strength area. So that will happen in the simulator test. So till January, majorly it is mains focused. From January it is prelims focused. So it's an integrated program of both prelims as well as mains. Okay, so here also that personalized mentorship, individual one-to-one feedback sessions, all will be available as a part of Shiksha also. Okay, thank you very much. Now Sagar will address.
See, hi everyone. This is Sagar Ashwatappa, secured All India rank 641 this time. ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ 1-to-1 ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ಡ್ 266 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಂದು ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದು ನಂದು 260 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಇದೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯಾರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ದೇ ಇರೋರು ಬೇಡ. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿರೋರು, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೀತಿರೋರು, ಅದು ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೀತಿರೋರು, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮುಂದಿನ ವರ್ಷ ಬರೀಬೇಕಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋರು. ಸೊ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಕನ್ನಡ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, ಓಕೆ ನೀವು ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಫಾಸ್ಟಾಗಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ನ ಕವರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಿ ಸುಮ್ಮ ಟಿ ಪಿ ಪಿ ಡಿ ಎಮ್ ಪಿ ವಿನಾಯಕ್ ಸರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಡೈಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ಸ್, ನೀವು ಡೈಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ. ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
They'll evaluate it also, but if I have any doubts, like
Exactly.
second
So anyhow, Niveditha ma'am is here. So if you